everyone, it's the Rockin' Scotsman here. Just doing a rapid fire Maximal Beast Wars extravaganza. These are the last of my Maximal basic figures, and I figured I'd just kind of get them all out of the way at the same time, just to save a little bit of time. So, just to kind of do from left to right, in the back left we have Optimus Minor. And he, of course, will fall down, and he will do that regularly through this entire review. And then we have Noctoro, the bull bat, or the bat bull, depending on what you want. Snarl, the Tasmanian devil. Bantor, the tiger baboon. And I can never remember his name. I believe it's something like Air Strike or Hammer Strike. But that's because I just picked him up at a garage sale, and he didn't come with anything. But let's get down to the review. Alright guys, we're going to start off with Bantor. I was actually anticipating starting off with Snarl, but while I was recording his little part, he suffered from a very terrible syndrome called gold plastic syndrome. And that is what happened. Unfortunate. So it doesn't mean I need to get a new Snarl or Tasmanian kid, but for now he'll just hang out at home in my display. Probably, actually I might even just put him in my parts box just because that's terrible. But on to Bantor. He is a Beast Wars basic Fusor. He is a tiger and a baboon. And he's cool. I like him. I remember when I first got him, I thought he was just the neatest idea. I mean, Silverbolt's cool, and, you know, Quick Strike, kind of awesome too. But this guy, stalking like a tiger and then just crazy berserk of a baboon. I love it. I love it. And I love his little gimmick, the, hey, you close to me? Oh, that's not going to work on camera. I said, if you get close to me, brah! Brah! Suddenly my neck explodes and I getcha. I like it though. He's cool. His transformation is much more complicated than the basics. There's no flipping of anything. It's just swiveling some joints. There we are. Oh, old toys. There we are. And then bring down the arms to turn into his hips. Just like that. Now you can kind of see what we're dealing with. Flip his legs to the correct orientation. Flip out his fist, bring down his arm. Flip his blade out, flip out his arm, bring it down, and then pop goes the weasel. Just like that. Now normally this would come off, and you could flip it around, make it into more like a sword. Just with how old the figure is, the peg is actually very, very loose, like almost like it's gonna come off. So I just kind of leave them like this. It looks good enough. Kind of gives them like an elbow blade that you can kind of use. And you got his power punch. Boom. Nice. Left hook. I like it. I almost said right hook, but that's because I'm dyslexic. So there we are. Click it back in. And he's cool. I like him. He just looks like a cool, menacing figure. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, next we have Noctoro, the bat/bull. I just got him recently. I got him along with Airhammer, as I found out his name during one of the cuts. And yeah, I like him. I'm pretty much completed my Maximal Fusors. I believe I have everyone else. I don't have the original Silverbolt, but I do have a Universe Silverbolt, which I'll cover when I do my small universe stuff. But he's neat. He's a flying bull. There's really not much to say about it. But, if you followed my Optimus review, I like bat wings. These are awesome in this mode and just terrible in the other mode. Now, I don't understand his gimmick. You click the thing and you swing his arms down. Then you gotta push him up. And yeah. Goes back down. I don't know if it's supposed to be an actual flapping gimmick, as I don't have the actual instructions, but yeah, it's not very exciting. I like his transformation. It's, again, a little more complicated than some of the other basic ones. So we'll just kind of flip his feet around here, and then we'll flip his actual feet around. We'll bring his big old head down, revealing his awesome head. And then we'll unclick his arms, which will send his face back up there. There we go. And that's him. Now, I'm pretty sure, there we go, looking at some of the online pictures, that it's supposed to go like that. But he's a very confusing figure. I think you could kind of maybe even do that. Put his wings behind him. But yeah, he looks just strange. It's that gimmick is not helping him in any way, shape, or form. But once you kind of get him into this sort of figure, you know he is in robot mode. Now, he does look cool. I will give him that. He has these big claws with these bat wings off the head. Got horns on his helmet. He looks kind of like a demon, like an impy demon. I do like his face. His face is neat. That red face. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't show off Bantor's articulation, but it's essentially the same as all the Beast ones. Articulated, ball-jointed head. For Bantor, he had a swivel. We had shoulders ball-jointed. Elbows ball-jointed. Something a little different, he actually has wrist articulation. Look at that. He's already better than every other basic I've covered. We got hips, knees, and actual feet are ball-jointed, just like Bantor's. I gotta clear that up so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. There we are. I like him. He's neat. From all angles, he actually looks pretty decent. You can flip up that if you wanted to. Of course, by doing that, you activate his little gimmick. There we are. And yeah, as I said, he definitely looks neat, and of course it's going to keep going off. He looks like a badass. I like him. Or a bat-ass. Yeah. If I had the ability to, I would have totally put crickets there. Oh, well, on to the next one. Alright, and we have Airhammer. He is a hawk and a shark. He's pretty neat. I like him. There's not really much to say more about it. He flies around and he eats people with, and he hammers them with his head. He's really neat. Again, I do actually really like him. I'm a sucker for wings, as I've said. That's about it. His little gimmick, in this mode at least, is his mouth. That goes nom nom. Nom nom. Nom 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 nom. Nom! That's about it. Again, as my usual complaint is with wings, they're static. They don't move, they don't do anything, they just kind of sit there being kind of in a swoopy half-flight position. But I really like what the Fusers did. They kind of started putting things into more of a complicated transformation, which got young Rockin' Scotsman scratching his head a couple times. This one in particular I got when I was much older. I think I got him maybe a year ago now. But I still like him because he's more complicated than, say, Bantor or even, probably even more complicated than the Noctoro to an extent. But we'll kind of transform him now. We got his feet. You just kind of take down. You take out his tail. Take out his face from the little peg right up here. You bring the whole hammerhead down. You bring up his body, and then you spin it around. You bring down his chest. Take out his head. Squeeze his hips together. I said squeeze. There we are. And you just kind of orientate everything to the way you like it. And there you are. That is Airhammer. Now, I do like him, her. I'm not really sure what the gender would be for It looks like a very female sculpt head. Let's see here. You know, kind of female-esque. You know, kind of have like the breasts kind of going on. I'm not really sure. Post the comments below if you know if it is a female. I'm probably going to check after this anyways. But that's it for Airhammer. Articulation, again, same thing. We got ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed shoulder, ball jointed elbows. Just a swivel on his head, her head, its head. We got hips, knees, and then flippy feet. But it looks cool. Weaponry, it looks like you got some sort of sword-like hand. Yeah, kind of sharp. And then a claw hand. He's probably not going to type on the computer very much, because I don't think he can. And that's him. Again, there's something about wings I like. It's just the way it looks. I just love that silhouette. Looks really neat. Let's move on to the last. And finally, my last review of my last Transformer Beast Wars Maximal Basic Optimus Minor. He's a Transmetal 2, which I'm not going to lie, out of all the Beast Wars, probably my favorite bit. They just look really, really cool. They got a lot of the chrome going on, which has its own problems, of course. But I love the spark crystals. Just something about it just says, wow, that's really neat. It's like you can tell that the robots, they put their spark where they want, or I guess however they're made in that way. It's really neat. Really, really neat. And I just when they came out when I was that young, loved it. I fell for that gimmick. But unfortunately, this is Optimus Minor. He's a monkey. As much as I like some of the baboon characters, don't like a lot of the primate Transformers. I don't have very many Optimus Primals, besides the Bat one, and the, what's his name? The Transmetal and the Optimal Optimus. I guess that's more than, I guess that's technically half of them, I guess. More than half. Regardless, I don't have very many monkeys. I just don't like how they go from this to straight up hands, feet. But I have this guy, and he is decent enough. He has no articulation on his head except for going, yes, yes sir, I understand. Yes, yes. Got swivels, got some rotation there. I mean, he has tons of rotation, don't get me wrong. He has like articulation out the wazoo, but it's just not very special to me because he has the exact same type of articulation, the same silhouette as when he transforms. Speaking of which, take off his tail, take his hands, arms, turn them upside down because they will be the legs. Just like that. And then you take his legs and you turn them upside down and make them into the, guess what you'd say, arms. Push up his chest, show his other head, and then break it in part to show his robotic head. There we are. And that, everyone, is him. Now you can do a couple different things with his arms because they split. I'll be honest, I do kind of like this gimmick. There needs to be more four-armed robots. But it just doesn't do too much for me. Because they're pretty much the same hand. They're just split in half. Good job. But that's him. You can take his weapon. He has only one spot he can carry it, which is in this part of that hand. And it's a whip. Need more whips in the universe as well. There's not as many. I can only think of a few, like Jolt from the movie series. He has 2 of them. And maybe Colorado. Maybe. But that's him. He's kind of neat. I hate his sculpt. I hate his face. That's just... Not a big fan of it. I mean, it's detailed, and some would say it looks nice, but I hate the big eye, little eye. It's not really for me. But that's me. It's my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree with it. Hell, you don't even have to like it. But it is my opinion. But besides that, he has all that articulation. He can hang from a tree. He can say, "Hey, how's it going?" He can do everything you want him to. He can fly, maybe? No. No wings. I guess I'm a little biased because he doesn't have wings. I like wings. For storage, there is none. No storage. You can kind of do some pseudo storage with, like, up here, but you're going to risk breaking your figure a bit. So you just kind of leave it over there and just accept that he has no storage. And that is him. I'm going to bring all my guys in here, and I'll do a little bit of a final review. And that's them kind of all together. You got the Airhammer on the left side, you got Optimus Minor in the back middle, Bantor in the center, and Mr. Noctoro over there on the far right side. I like them all. They kind of look nice together, and they go very well on my Maximal Beast Wars shelf. Which is part of the reason why I'm doing them kind of all together, so I can sort my shelf out properly. My favorite out of them probably has to be Airhammer. I am just a sucker for the wings. The sword-like hand and the... Whoops, knocking them down. Come back on up, everybody. Don't be falling on me. There we are. I kind of bent him over. Yeah, I like the sword hand and the claw hand, and I like wings. If they have wings, they already generally have a few points in my book. Then Noctoro, same reason. Gotta love the wings. It's kind of neat. And then Bantor. I just like how he looks. He looks like he's some sort of crazy ninja guy. You know, he has this huge blade on his arm. He has this power-punching fist. And he's a tagger, so you know he's sneaky. That's just given. And then poor old Minor. Optimus Minor. Yeah. It's in the name. He's Minor. I don't care too much for him. But I have him, and he's part of my little list. And I said, I don't think I have any other basics that I can review for now, till I either get the remainder of them. But I think I have all of them. I mean, I think I'm only missing, like, Razor Beast, which I had as a kid, and he kind of disappeared. And I'm just kind of looking at my shelf, and... yeah, those are all the basics. I mean, I have some of the higher up, some of the medium and the larger figures, which we'll get to. But that is about it. And yeah, my last little word is poor Snarl. The gold plastic syndrome got him. Yep. But I think that's all I have to say about these guys, and I hope you enjoyed the review. You guys will leave a review or a comment, and maybe you'll like me or subscribe to me. I said, hang on, I still got a few more reviews coming in the next little while. I think I'm going to be talking about the Cheetors, because I have all of them, and I mean all of them, not including the Beast Machines one. And I'm going to talk about a few other ones. I got some Transmetals coming. But the next one is probably going to be another rapid fire having to do with the Predacons. Because I have a hell of a lot more Predacons than I do Maximals. Because they're just cooler. As it is, thank you guys for watching. And I'll talk to you guys later.